Okay, we are live on Facebook.
Welcome all to.
Wait. Oh, yes, you can welcome. But we're not live on Instagram yet. One moment.
Well, if you're from Facebook, thanks for joining. We're waiting on the Insta crowd. Yeah. All right, go ahead, Abby J.
Thank you all for coming to Tuesday training. We left off at CPR on adults, but now we're going to go.
Time out. We'll wait in case more people join. You want to tell them anything cool about this week? Anything fun that happened this weekend? What'd you do?
We got 3 recesses today.
Nice. What'd you get to do at a pretty lake, maybe?
Got sunburned really bad.
Got sunburned?
Oh, and I sculpted with clay.
What?
Oh, we celebrated Mother's Day.
Yeah,
What do we do to celebrate Mother's Day?
we went to the lake and I sculpted clay and we swam and got sunburned.
And we cooked mommy a steak.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so while we're waiting for everybody to get here, 2 somewhat announcements. One, Everly, Penelope, and I did 2 long-form videos for this really cool program called Life Skills Now. We're about to send out our first monthly newsletter with just cool information article that I wrote, and I'll have a link to that Life Skills Now. What's cool about it is it's a free virtual summer camp, and it has long-form videos of useful skills. So it could be cooking, it could be how to start a business, it could be, I don't know, I think they have like sewing, and then of course there's Warrior Kid Medic, and we're really honored to be on there. Instead of the shorter videos like we have on Insta, it's a longer, more detailed lesson plan. So look for that if you're on our email list. If you're not on our email list, all you have to do is go to our website and click on free training videos. It'll ask for an email, and that gets you access to all our free training videos. In our email, this is only the second blast email I've ever sent. So you're not going to get bombarded with emails. The other thing, if anyone's interested, we put a lot of work into our videos as just a free resource for people to learn. If you ever want to support that, what could you buy?
New shirt, blue shirt.
You could buy our cool 2 Could Be Good Share t-shirts on our website, or you could buy our gear, or you could let me know where we could go teach a class. Everly's an excellent instructor, so is Penelope, and we teach either adult classes or kid classes or family classes, and we'll cater it to whatever your needs are.
Okay, so do you want me to tell you like where we left off?
Yeah, go for it.
So last week we left off at teaching CPR on adults, but today we're going to be teaching CPR on adults with an AED, and we're also going to go over CPR on a child or baby.
All right, let's do it. So CPR with an AED. We talked about hands-only CPR last week. We also talked about using the mask. So when the AED comes, what's one of the important things about doing CPR during the AED? Scoot in.
Well,
Go ahead.
fast, hard compressions in the center of the chest.
Yep. But then when the AED gets here, do I stop?
No, because then it like doesn't really do anything much. So whenever the AED gets here, he still does compressions until the AED is ready. So I get the AED ready.
I'm slacking so it's not loud. I would definitely be doing it harder like this, but
Do I plug it in like this?
Yep. So it's really simple, self-explanatory. So can you see that there? It has step 1, 2, 3. So what does step 1 say?
Turn it on.
Turn it on.
Analyzing heart rhythm.
Okay.
Do
And then
not touch the patient.
Well, in real life, it would wait till the pads are on to say that. So let's pause that, turn it back off. So while I'm doing CPR, watch how she puts the pads on.
so you don't have to make him stop while you're putting the pads on. See, this one says down here. So, hey, will you please lift up your fingers? I can just stick it on there. And then, again, I don't have to make him stop for this last one. Only whenever this thing says do not touch the patient, which they would wait until the pads are off, that's when you'd stop. Will you please
If
lift
my
up your
hands
hand?
are in the way, she can do this. Go ahead.
Please lift up your hand. Now put it on.
And right back to it. Can we do CPR on top of the pads?
That's perfectly fine.
All
But
right.
when it says do not touch the patient, we need to stop.
All right, go ahead and turn it
Because
on.
then it might shock us. So
And I'm still doing CPR.
Analyzing heart rhythm. Do not touch the patient.
Now I take the hands off. Why? Because it's deciding, does it need to shock or not shock?
Shock advised.
Shock advised.
Charging.
I can actually keep doing CPR while it's
Stay clear
charging
of patient.
until that light comes on.
Deliver shock now.
So now it says
Press
deliver
the
shock. What are you
shock
telling me?
button Now.
hey, back one.
Clear. Everyone clear the patient. Press the button.
This one.
Shock delivered.
Shock delivered.
Analyzing heart
Immediately
rhythm.
we go back to CPR.
Do not touch the patient.
The newer ones say immediately start CPR. The older ones say don't touch while it's analyzing.
Analyzing heart rhythm. No shock advised.
No shock
It is
advised.
safe to touch the
We're right
patient.
back to CPR. 'Cause
Check
the-
airway. Check breathing. Check pulse.
Okay.
If needed, begin CPR.
So in this case, it's telling you check airway, check breathing, check pulse. The latest says you do CPR for another 2 full minutes. Then you check airway, check breathing, check for pulse. So after a shock is delivered, we're right back to compressions for 2 full minutes before we do our next check for the AD to tell us. It's going to tell us everything we need to do to stop compressions, to not touch the patient. The newer programs encourage you to keep doing CPR even while it's charging.
But
Anything
also,
to add?
this is the practice one, so sometimes it gets a little off. Also, it's holds.
All right. If you've never seen, which I gather most people watching this have never seen what it looks like when you actually shock someone, I'm going to show you because I've seen it, I don't know, 100, 200 times, a bunch. See, this is what it looks like. When you press shock, you have to remember it's an electrical shock pulsing through all your muscles. So here's what it looks like. The button's pressed, the body does this. And it is scary if you've never seen it, but it is a big just jolt of the body. Vomit can come out of the mouth. You want to be aware of that and stay clear. Ask me how I know. And then after the shock, like I said, we're right back to CPR. For single rescue or CPR, you could do hands only, or you could do with the airway. And for 2, what is it? 30 and
30 and 2 airway. So 30 compressions and then 2 airway, and then 30 compressions and then 2 airway.
2 rescue breaths. And how hard do we blow on the rescue breaths?
Not too hard, but until you see the chest rise and go down. Because if you do it too hard, if you weren't here last week or you forgot, whatever, you could like push that into the stomach, and then it can make vomit go up, and then if you aren't aware, it could get into the lungs, which is very life-threatening.
All right, so that's for an adult. What about CPR? So this is a smaller mannequin. I don't know if you can tell. What about a big person like me on a smaller kid, like say a 7-year-old, a 10-year-old? Do I do full double hand compressions?
No, you can do one hand.
One hand compressions. Now this is where common sense comes in. The bigger you are and the smaller the person is, you have to judge whether one hand is good enough or you need 2 hands. We're looking for a third of the depth of the chest. That's pretty significant. That could be a full 2 inches even on a kid. Other than that, the rules are pretty much the same for a kid. What is one thing that's different for an adult, for a kid, and a baby with regard to doing the rescue breaths?
So you have to do the rescue breaths on the child, I'm pretty sure, yeah?
Yes. Do you know why?
No.
The reason is it is extremely unlikely for a kid's heart to stop because of a heart problem. It's more likely due to a respiratory problem that their breathing got so bad that then their heart stops. So we're going to default to doing breaths first and CPR. So we're always doing rescue breaths with kids and infants because we assume it's a respiratory problem and we can't afford to only do hands-only CPR.
So do you want to explain why it's most likely it's not a heart problem on a child, or do you want to do that later?
It's just because their hearts are usually good still. It's older adults that have the heart problems. With the kid, it's just unlikely. All right. So we talked about one hand for a child. What about for an infant, Emily?
Well, so for me, I would do one hand on someone like that. I would still do 2 hands. And on someone like him, I'd probably just like go through it real quick to another adult to do it on him. But if there's no one else around, of course, I just do it as hard as I can on him. But just normal, I could do it on that little dummy over there. But on this one, well, do you think, I feel like because I can feel and hear the thing
So-
breathing when I do 2 thumbs, but he would do 2 thumbs on a baby like that, or just 2 fingers like that.
So I can wrap my hands around and do CPR like this. So center of the nipple line, center of the chest. Or the baby's down. For a big person, I can use, like she said, 2 fingers, third of the depth of the chest. And for someone like Everly, she has to judge how hard. Is it going to be a few fingers? If you can wrap your hands all the way around,
See, look, and I can hear and feel.
we have the baby laying flat like this.
Yeah, I can hear and feel me doing this. So whichever one works for you or your kid, maybe you could go over and practice, because for me, it works like this, but also I could do like that or like this.
And it's 30 compressions and
2 breaths. But
Alright.
this is most effective for me, but I could do this like if I lost all my fingers.
so when you get a chance to do real training, you have to see what's best for you. If it's a palm or if it's wrapping your hands around. Do you remember how to do the mask on a baby?
No.
All right.
Wait, hold on. Looks too big. It'll cover the whole face.
So for a baby, a little closer to the camera here, it's obvious that this isn't the right size. There are such things as infant mask and baby mask, but if all you have is an adult, you can actually cover the whole face because it has to seal. If we don't cover the whole face, we're not getting a seal. So just because it's on the whole face, it's still going to go into the airway, which will be the nose and the mouth. The eyeballs, it's not really doing anything. So we'll cover the entire face, get that seal, and do the, and then immediately back to the hard and fast, 100 compressions per minute. What's the song?
Staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive.
And it's going to be 30 and 2. And when do we stop doing CPR?
Whenever either the paramedics get there, or you're too tired to keep going, or the patient shows signs of life.
Okay, now when the paramedics get here, let's just review this. Let me back up. So let's say the paramedics knocked on the door and they walked in. What do you do now? Just stop? Oh, good, you're here.
No, you keep going and say, okay, you want to switch in 3, 2, 1.
So we are concentrating on constant CPR until the paramedic says, I've got it, or be ready to switch in 3, 2, 1. We are circulating blood to the brain. Let's see. Anything else for CPR?
I think we've covered it.
This, of course, is not a full comprehensive class. It's just a review. The other reasons for an adult that we would for sure do rescue breaths are, do you remember?
Yes. Whenever they're either underwater,
Drowning.
they have like an asthma attack.
A respiratory event, so anaphylaxis or allergic reaction or asthma attack. That is an obvious respiratory problem that then causes cardiac arrest. We have to do rescue breaths. Do you remember the other one?
And whenever they're, I don't know,
Drugs are bad.
whenever they took too much drugs or
A
medicine.
drug overdose, specifically opiates, so those heavy painkillers and the illegal street drugs like heroin, fentanyl, morphine is a regular drug.
What would those do?
Those decrease your respiratory drive, so you're breathing instead of a normal 12 to 18 times a minute, you're breathing at like 2 or 4 times a minute, so you're slowly suffocating. So we have to do rescue breaths on those unless we have Narcan.
Question. Well, what if they're like this, like still awake but about to go to sleep? Would you still say, I'm going to do CPR to help circulate?
That's tough. If they're still awake, like responding to you, I'll probably call 911 or get them in the car to start going. If they're unresponsive, you need to be ready to do CPR and get help on the way.
But yeah, but if they're like part awake, part asleep, then would you like put them on the floor and start doing CPR to help circulate?
Once they become completely unresponsive, that's when you do CPR. That's a really good question. This is a 911 thing because as a paramedic, there's something called expected course where I see that they are about to completely crash and we will actually sedate them, meaning make them go to sleep, paralyze them, stop their muscular function so they don't have a gag reflex, and then intubate them, which means put a tube down and breathe for them. So that's a paramedic thing. If you see someone that you can tell is dropping, you're getting help on the way, 911, and you're getting ready. Just clear a space to get ready to do CPR.
And maybe put some pillows down so they don't like get a concussion.
I would lay them down.
Well, I would like put my hands there to catch him and help slowly.
Well, if they're that sleepy and like barely awake, they're probably laying down already. Probably not walking around, huh?
Well, if they're like this, like you know how some grandmas sleep in chairs,
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
and then they like fall sideways.
Wait, do we have any questions? My wife's back there running the computer board. Any questions, babe? Any shout outs?
We did have a couple of small shout outs. We had in the beginning, Chris G Music Official said great channel. And then he said, I'm watching with my 10-year-old.
Well, hello.
This is great
And-
education for you.
And then we had Patriot Veteran Alliance said awesome information.
Well, thank you. Well, then we'll move on then to choking and the Heimlich. What is the universal choking sign, Everly?
Like this, thumbs like this, not all the way like this.
And why is it important for you to know that? What that sign is?
Because you can't talk if you're really choking, and that's the sign that most people know to do the Heimlich on you and help you. Because if you don't know it, you might just like die. Like or they'd see you like you pass out, and that wouldn't be good. You want to just get the food out because it could help. If you're gagging, that's not choking. You could get it out yourself. But this is important so they know you're really choking and you can't talk.
So imagine that. You see someone looking all crazy, and then they're like, maybe they don't know the sign. Like, are you choking? So then what do we do?
Do you want to do it on me or I do it on you?
You want to do it on me? What's it called?
The Heimlich, where, look, here first. Stay there. You like this, I'm pretty sure.
Like
Or
a fist?
like a fist.
Cover the fist with your hand. Yep.
And then here,
So go
face
ahead.
the camera so they can see how my hand is.
So I'm choking.
And you don't want there to be a gap. Look, turn down. You don't want it to be like
We're
this.
getting
You don't-
close. Yeah, we don't want that bounciness. So you want chest to back, okay?
And like your ribs, sort of.
Under the ribs, you're going to put that fist there, hand covering the fist. Now, it's impractical to think that Everly could do this effectively on me. Maybe she can because she's too small. But the idea is we're getting that fist under, see if I can suck it in, under the rib cage into the diaphragm. And this works like, you know those little toys where it puts a little ball in the mouth? Excuse me.
Like
And you squeeze it in. Pops the ball out.
that's basically what you're doing.
So
And
that,
if you'd like to check out our website, we have a video about that. We made a little like a year ago.
we have a question.
The first thing I wanted to share was we have a friend, Patria in Spain. Greetings from Spain. she
Hola,
says.
¿cómo estás?
And then Wojo Party of 4 said, most terrifying experience of my life. My son choking on goldfish when he was little. I had no idea what to do, as silly as that might sound. Being prepared, not scared, is something to live by.
I don't know if this isn't like this is an appropriate question, but what happened to him?
Well, how'd the goldfish incident turn out? Maybe you could put it in the notes. And maybe it's something educational to share if you're willing to. If not, that's fine.
If it's personal,
so-
it's totally fine. I understand.
So that other people could learn from it. So we'll continue. So we're getting that fist under, and it's violent. We're not like being nice here, gentle. It is a violent push. We're expelling whatever air is left, in the lungs to push that food out.
And if you're alone
If you happen to be alone,
and there's a chair,
you have to find
I'm
a
not
way
going
to
on.
Heimlich yourself. So how this would look for an adult, and this is what they teach in the textbook. It sounds horrible, but I mean, if you got no other choice, it's like this. You would fall on that object and push that air up, or if you could possibly Heimlich yourself. I don't know how well that actually works. I've never looked at a report of someone who's done it, but that's what the textbook teaching is. The textbook answer to do is 5 violent thrusts up here. If that doesn't work, we're doing 5 really, back with me, hard back blows. It does the same thing. It expels air just like she went. Ugh. It's that pushing that air out. It's 5 back blows or 5 Heimlichs, 5 back blows. We're going to continue to go back and forth doing that until the food is out, or they collapse, then we go to CPR. Now, as soon as that choking happens, it's you call 911 and we're doing the Heimlich. The food gets out, hey, you can cancel, we don't need you. But you better have them on the way in case the food doesn't get out. Question.
Comment from Mexinaco. It says, greetings from Arizona, love all your work, but also mentioned it's okay if you throw up. You kind of want that.
Oh, yes. If vomiting happens in conjunction with the Heimlich, that's okay. The reason we're doing the Heimlich is because something's stuck in there. So if you squeeze so hard that it causes vomiting, that's fine, as long as that airway is open.
Oh, and on a baby, I wanted to mention.
Back up where we can see the baby, or stand up there.
So on a baby or a baby, I'm sure he has a story he's willing to share it after I show you this, but right whenever Kelsey's safe.
Go ahead.
So you put your
Lean the baby down.
lean the baby down, right? And then you put your thumb and your index finger like this, and then support the head like that, and then very, very, very violent, hard.
Hold up. So that baby's going to be on your arm like this, so
Oh.
it's fully supported and angled down. There you go.
Okay, so that it's like this, so that's fully supported, like he said, and angled down so it can like go out and not go up and like go out the nose and stuff. But so then you go violent,
5.
hard, but yes, 5,
And then
and
you turn.
then you turn them over and try and pull the food out.
If you can see it, pull it out. We don't want to do a blind sweep because you could push it further down. After those 5 back blows for a baby, it's 5 chest thrust. It accomplishes that pushing it
So
out.
like this.
Same
like,
thing, 5 and 5. No, chest thrust, baby. So look,
Oh, like
baby's on the
CPR?
ground, just like a CPR. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That didn't work. We're back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That didn't work. And what have we already done?
Called 911, so if it never gets out,
Get in the
they're on
frame
the
here.
way, and they're probably going to take them to a surgeon. They're gonna like take that food out.
So we have 911 all the way. We're doing 5 and 5 until either the food comes out or we revert to basic CPR protocol. Anything else on that? Choking? Oh, there was an instance where me, Uncle Dustin, and my little infant niece, I was like this, chatting away. She was maybe 1.5, feeding herself some kind of food. And my sister was over there and noticed her choking, grabbed her out of my arms, did the real quick, and food came out right away. Happened right in front of me. I was already either a basic or a paramedic. It was a long time ago, and I didn't even notice. So it can happen that fast, but mamas are watching, and she saved her baby very quickly. All right. Any questions before we move on choking, the Heimlich, CPR?
Any questions? Don't be afraid to ask. They love answering.
All
There's
right.
a little bit of a lag, so I don't see any coming in yet.
Okay, well, wait, it's okay.
All right.
Oh,
How much time do we have?
we have an answer from Wojo Party of 4. She says, he is great today. My husband flipped him upside down and swiped them out of his throat. We learned to put minimal amount in front of him. We took him to the doctor the next day because he had red dots.
Glad to
They
hear that worked
were
out.
busy capillaries from choking.
Oh, got it. So it was causing some damage in there.
Well, I mean, at least you got the food out, and he's good today. That's really good.
That's excellent. And you know what's also a lesson there is that you did something. You didn't just freak out and panic. Maybe you didn't know the exact right thing to do, but you thought, gravity, upside down, get the stuff out. You did something. So perfect. What do we always teach? You are a, what does it say on our?
You are a calm presence with common sense, and your most powerful tool is your brain, and you use that, and you were probably calm.
Well, I don't know if I would have been calm. Maybe you weren't, but common sense, you use your brain. That's awesome. Go ahead.
A friend of ours said, really informative. Thank you both. I've had a few experiences whilst on my own, and knowing the chair technique is helpful.
Wow.
What's chair technique?
If you care to share that, I would love to hear it because that is, I mean, I would be scared. If I'm choking and I have to look at that chair and drop my gut down on it, I guess the alternatives were. So we're going to close out. We're hitting the 30-minute mark here. Next week, we'll start on burns. We'll talk about thermal burns, chemical burns, how to treat, when to go to the hospital. Before we leave, teaching a lot of kids classes, I had a mom say, would you please talk about rip currents, rip tides, and how to get out of them, just like a public service announcement. Do you want to talk about this?
I really like.
So I will show the slide that I added to my presentation when I'm teaching in-person classes. So go ahead, Everly. What do you want to say about it?
Sometimes it's really, really scary.
So what do you do if you're caught in a rip current, Everly?
You slowly swim to the side, because if you just keep trying to fight for it, it's so hard that you're just going to drown because you get so tired. So you slowly swim off to the side.
So you don't swim as hard and fast as you possibly can? And why not?
Because then if you do that, you'll probably lose all your energy and then.
But I swim straight back to shore, right? I'm fighting the riptide? No. She's a smart girl. So this is a real world picture. You can see how path of least resistance, right? Oh man, the way. I'll get that off of there. Undo. Okay. The waves come into shore and they move back out, and that path of least resistance pushes it out in a single line. You can see it happening right there. That single line, that water is pushing out. So what you want to do is swim beside the shore, and then slowly angle back towards the shore. So if you're caught in, stay cool, nice and easy, chill swimming sideways, and then slowly back to shore. There are sadly deaths every year, even where we do the summer camp in Florida, from riptides. And it's, if you can swim at all, you just chill swim sideways and chill swim back to the shore. You can stop and wade, catch your breath, keep chill swimming. All right, Abby, anything else? Questions? Come on in here.
I do want to share that Patreon Spain says, good job, Everly, signing off from Europe. And then Clara Rachel says, thank you for sharing this information. It makes a difference.
Well, you're welcome, and thank you for joining us. Anything else to say, Abby?
Thank you all so much for joining. It really means a lot to us, and we're happy to share all this education with you. And I hope you come back next time.
Before we leave, look for that email of ours, the first ever email. And again, if you want to support our stuff at all, t-shirts, gear,
No shirt, blue shirt.
new shirt, blue shirt. And from Warrior Kid Medic, always remember,
to
do good, be good, share. Out. Now we stare awkwardly until it ends.
I know, I have to figure out how to end it.
Michelle's running on multiple platforms, so she has to figure it out.